Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am picking an Albert Labelle lock. This is my first Albert Labelle. It's 6 Reasons to Quit. So I've heard good things about Albert Labelle's locks. So let's see, this tension wrench fits really well. And I'm going to go with a 0.5 millimeter because I like that thickness. Pin 1 is super loose, pin 2 a little click on it. And now I'm just barely holding the tension wrench in place and just trying to get to all these pins. I'm trying to make sure I'm on the tip of the pin. I'm having a little trouble feeling with this. Is kind of a deep hook, and there's just a little kink in the keyway. Just enough to make this longer pick stick a little bit. One thing I have not done is I have not sanded any of my multi-picks. It might be something I need to consider doing, just to make them a little smoother. I'm getting a lot of clicks, but I feel like I'm pressing too hard. I'm getting a bit aggressive. I'm gonna go with a little bit more of a sweep hook. And this one is in 0.4 millimeter rather than 0.5 millimeter. Good click there. A lot of little clicks on that one. I think that was 4. We'll click on 2, trying to get under 3, several clicks on 3. 4. Just gotta moving on 5, but I think I overset that one. That felt kind of mushy. That felt like an overset. See, now it feels like it's set. Several good clicks there, and then finally into a little bit of core movement at the end of that. Touch on one, a little bit of core movement. Just touch 6 and got a little core movement. 5, 4. We'll click on 1 there. It was kind of sticky, and now it's free. A lot of movement. So back down through the stack again. So all the back pins were feeling solid, and then I touched maybe 4 or 5, I'm not sure, and I got a little bit of core movement. So now looking for like counter rotation or something. I feel like there should be some counter rotation coming up. And I've heard of Albert LaBelle's locks on Reddit and Discord. I may have seen a video, but it's been a long time. I didn't look this lock up or anything like that to know what I'm getting into. So I really don't know anything extra about this lock. Okay, okay. Bounced 5 up there, but now I think I maybe overset it, but I heard some things drop. Pressed on 1 now, I've got a deeper falset. Pressing on 1. Okay, so 5 took a bit of a lift, and then now I feel like I'm making headway. So let's start at the back because I have an easier time from the back to find the tips of the pins. It feels like 5 and 6, 6 and 5, I guess, are set. I apologize for my heavy breathing at times. I noticed that in some of my videos that I kind of have a heavy breath. I tend to hold my breath while I'm picking, and then all of a sudden I just let out kind of a big exhale and a couple of deep breaths after. I just felt some movement on a pin. Now I gotta find it again. I'm kind of slipping off to the side of it. I'm gonna get a thicker pick and see if I can maybe not slide off the side of the pin and still feel the movement. There we go. Nice little tip. Woo! So I could feel the pin moving, but I kept going from one side of the pin to the other, and I couldn't get a good pressure on it. So I went to a thicker pick, and I just barely touched it. It didn't slide off the side, but I got a really small lift on it, and she came open. So that's good. Let me move that out of the way. See here, so I do have the AL160. Since I do have the key, I'm going to lock it up, and let me get my little pinning tray here. I really like the pinning mats on this mat because these hold the core usually really nice. Even with Americans, they hold the core really nice. And I don't know, you can't see it, it's out of view. It's got 2 little V wedges that also hold things really nice. So this is a nice mat. It's not centered enough to, for everything to be able to use them for a video, which is, I guess, not uncommon from what I've seen for most people. All right, and then that's gonna go there. We're gonna be able to get it. All right. So see if I can get that shim to get under all the pins. I think I'm there. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. All right, tops of the pins all look normal, sane, I guess. Nothing too crazy. Take the shim out. All right. So let's see, you got 1, 2, 3. Try to keep this organized as I go. Number 1 has some beautiful serrations on it. I really admire those serrations there. Deep and kind of tight, tightly knit together here. And same on number 4. It has some beautiful serrations as well. Let's see. And then my favorite overset pins to make, because I think they're the most useful, are like these torpedoes. I really like those. So 3 and 5 have the torpedo. 1 and 4 are serrated. 2 and 6 are standard. So we'll set the core there. And if he did something in the top as far as threading, he put a nice thing back in it. So I'm not expecting any threading in the top, but let's see. Let's give it a check here. Pin 1, pin 2, pin 3 with some nice serrations, really nice serrations. I'm going to go from the back side now, but I need to flip that. There we go. Really nice serrations. Fully serrated all the way up the pin. That's beautiful. Not sure if these are threaded. I'll have to look. Gotta be honest, my eyes are a little weak after working all day staring at a computer, so. All right. And I'm not going to pull the pin, well, I guess I should. I was going to say I'm not going to pull the springs, but I really want to check the top and see. Plus, he probably did something special with different springs or whatever. Yeah, they're all different springs. Different sizes, different weights. And, that, I'm not sure where that, I think I know where that came out of. I just had a wafer. I believe that was right here. I thought I saw the wafer, but then I got the spring and I didn't see it. So when I pushed, so what happened was, I saw the wafer on the spring and then I didn't see it, probably due to my eyesight. And then I pulled the spring out and the wafer was sitting down here and it was in the bottom of the lock. So I'm sure it was here on top of the spring. And then I missed it. Then when I pushed this out, I pushed the wafer out. So it was sitting on top of this pin. It's a pin and pin with a, okay. I hadn't looked at that really close yet, but this is going to be an interesting look through here. All right. Spring for 1 and a spring for 2. All right. Now I can look. My initial guess looks to have been correct. Let me find a pick. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Ooh. Nothing. There is work in number 3. So only in number 3. No, maybe number 6. Number 6 as well, but it's not at the edge, so it's not right at the top. Okay. I've been complaining about my eyes. I'm going to have to get my get a little magnification here. Okay, so there is on 6. It's just a little deeper and kind of shallow threading. And 3 has some as well. So 3 and 6 do have work. So he did a nice job. It looks like he's got one of the ones that I got. Yeah, oh, okay, now I can see. Somebody tried to peel off the top cover to gut it, it looks like. But I got some of these covers from MrLock.com. You put them in and you kind of tap it down, and then it's a kind of a tent, and then when you tap it down, oops, sorry for the bump. But yeah, he did a really good job putting that in there, and somebody tried to scrape it back to do a gut that way. But yes, he did put in some somewhat light serrations in 3 and 6. Sorry for that long drawn out bit. All right, so now let's take a look here. All right, sorry for the bump again. So one is a nice kind of, I don't know, tapered. It's got 2 steps in it. Really nice serrated, really nice top serrations on the key pin. Kind of a shallow double spool there. Torpedo on this key pin, and again, really nice serrations. I think these are threaded, but I can't tell. I can't really spin them. Let me take one of them off camera here real quick and see if I can get a close look. No, they're not serrated. They're not threaded. They're just really well cut serrations, and they're very uniform, very nicely done, very deep. Yeah, they're not completely uniform, but the uniformity is really good for the scale that they're at. Another double spool similar to this one, and they're kind of tapered from the bottom edge to the back. They taper downward on both of these. And then here is the pin and pin with the wafer that sits on the top of it. So this piece kind of sits in the middle, and it's got the wafer there. So that's a really nice looking pin there. I guess it'd be a drunken spool pin and pin. Picksmith can correct me if I'm wrong. He knows these pins really well. I like his comments when he comments on these videos and talks about the different pin styles and how they work. So yeah, there we go. Albert LaBelle, very nice work on these pins. Very, very good pin work. I'm impressed. And then the key. So fun pick. Thank you for watching. I know it was a longer gut and explanation. I was kind of debating whether I wanted to do what Picksmith does. I think I might. I'm just going to go through it. I'm going to put all the pins in, and then I'm going to see if I can get you a view of how the top pins look on the shear line. Let's take a couple more minutes. If you've come this far on the journey, let's go a little further. Well, let's go into a mess. So, yeah, let's go a little further, Chris. Let's just push our luck after work on a long day of work. Oh, I will look at the video and make sure all these springs are in the right order before I put them back. That's for sure. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, top pin. All right. Okay. Let's move everything over where they belong. this pin and pin is going to be the death of me trying to get it in the shear line. All right, because I'm going to put it back together. So, and I keep bumping the camera. So let's see. So from the start, this pin is all the way in. When it comes up, it's going to have a drop in. It's already going to be into a bit of a false set, and then there's a deeper false set, and it tapers. It kind of flares toward the end. So there's a lot of good activity on that pin. Pin 2 has that double flaring Christmas tree kind of look to them, and yeah, it starts at the shear line. It's locked in. There's no movement, and then just barely touching it, you're going to drop it into those false sets. Very nice. 3 is a shallower pin. There is the threading in the chamber in the core, and yeah, you're going to get a couple of clicks out of that. So very nice there. And then 4 is going to be another, it's right at the shear line. It's still going to have some play at the shear line, and then you have those 2 Christmas trees. All right, let me see if I can get this put together. But I'm not going to be able to put the top on it, but that, you should still get a good idea. And there are light serrations on the on it as well. So yeah, I keep bumping and I'm sorry. So there's going to be a wafer sitting on top of this, which is going to allow it to kind of have some play without the spring coming down and getting in the way. And then as you push up, this can get caught in and the pin will drop back down. And you're still going to get that spring pressure on it because it's this the outer pin is going to be caught. And then you're going to have that lip to contend with and get it over that last little nudge. So a lot of action. Plus this has been over milled just a little bit. There's actually a nick on this side too. So one direction might have different action than the other. Oh, it is undercut. That, okay. That explains some of the issue that I felt. It is, it's a little, this hole is a little bigger, but it's also bigger here. It's been barreled in, so that explains why a couple of times I felt like I needed to give manual counter rotation for number 5 and get it to go up, and finally it went. So and then pin 6 is serrated with the serrated, and those serrations fit really well in there, so that one locks up pretty good. So there we go. So a serrated pin in the end. So I know I have the pins in the right order, but I will look at the video and make sure I get the springs back in the right order as well. Very nice work on this. Thanks for sticking through. If you stayed to the end for the last little pin fitting there, thank you for doing that. And I'm gonna, so I don't tip it, I'm gonna set that back there so it doesn't roll around. Thank you for joining me on this journey with my very first Albert LaBelle. This is 6 reasons to quit, and those are 6 great little reasons to have a lot of fun with this lock. So thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day.